Swipe that shit and forget it. Just put my whole life on credit. Yeah. 2024 indebted. All I know is I'm broke. I need the money, cash it. I don't have a choice, I'ma run it up till they take my card and cut it up. Your boy really need to make a comeback, but I don't even care, I'm through spending. Lost my job, getting high, straight relaxing. Buying shots from my friends, overdrafting. Giving up, regretting none of my actions. I don't even wanna know my score anymore. Sign on the dotted line, now they own you for life. Broke working day and night, so what's the point of trying? Swipe that shit and forget it. Just put my whole life on credit. 2024 indebted. All I know is I'm broke. Swear I had good intentions, but everything's so expensive. Rent's late, I'm a bad tenant. All I know is I'm broke, 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 broke. I'm fucking broke. I've been eating on $8 cereal. I got 99 problems with all material. 100 new bills, not the good kind. Stealing my neighbor's Netflix and Wi-Fi. Big boxers, sensation for a week. At the dollar store, they all love me. Laughing while my bank account depletes. I could work 3 9 to 5 and still have nothing. Sign on the dotted line, now they own you for life. Broke working day and night till all my cards decline. Swipe that shit and forget it. Just put my whole life on credit. 2024 indebted. All I know is I'm broke. Swear I had good intentions, but everything's so expensive. Rent's late, I'm a bad tenant. All I know is I'm broke, 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 broke. I'm fucking broke. I'm so broke. I'm fucking broke. I'm so broke.
Alright, reset my life, my year, and my writing goals for 2025 with me. Hi, hello, welcome. If you're new here, my name's Araya Rasmussen, and I'm currently revising my hunting memoir, which I have temporarily titled The Adventures of an Outfitter's Daughter. And that is temporary because I do want to go the traditional route, so it could possibly change in the future. And it is the journey of me trying to get my dream black bear alongside my dad, a big game outfitter based in Idaho, and the highs and lows we face along the way. It's a journey of self-discovery, personal struggles, identity, all kind of wrapped up in about 20 action-packed hunts. So if that sounds interesting to you and you want to stick around for when that's published, feel free to do so. I will love to have you. And if you just want to stick around for my writing journey or my book-related content, that's okay too. But yes, we're gonna do a little late mid-year, just a little late. It is August 1st, mid-year check-in and reset. I actually even bought a new planner, journal, and some new pens and highlighters to organize my life with. I already spent the day cleaning. I vacuumed, shampooed the carpet. I cleaned out my closet, which I have been procrastinating for weeks, actually months. If I really think about it, I've been procrastinating it since vacation, which was back in April. It is August, so whoops. And then I did some dishes, got ready for the day, did like an everything shower, you know, what girls call the everything shower or girl shower. You just kind of do everything you need to do, get myself reset, as well as with my house. Now I'm going to walk you guys through the mid-year Freakout tag writer's edition, and then after that I'm going to reset my life by planning some stuff out for the next few weeks and months till the end of 2025 kind of ish. I'm usually not a very type A person, so we'll see how much planning I'll actually get done, but we're gonna get organized, and then I'm gonna do some journaling, and then we'll sign off at that point. But right now we're going to do the 10 prompts / questions for the mid-year Freakout tag, which I was actually tagged by Rye, and I think her @ is Ryan Loves to Write. If you want to go follow her, she is very lovely. I just found her channel recently. Anyway, she tagged me, so now it's my turn to do a little late mid-year check-in. So yes, let's just jump right into the first prompt / question and go from there. Okay, so the first one is, did you set set any goals at the beginning of the year? What are they, and are they on track? So I set like a short-term goal to at least finish draft 2 and long-term goal to start querying by the end of 2025. And I did finish draft 2 March 29th, so that was accomplished, and I'm actually halfway through draft 3 of my memoir. I want to wrap that up and then work on draft 4, maybe get some feedback in between, and then get some more feedback after draft 4, and then maybe do like a quick line edit pass after that, and then get some feedback after draft 4 and work on my query package in that time, or maybe in between 3 and 4, just start working my query package about in there, and then do like a final line editing pass of the book in itself, and then start querying. If that ends up being at the end of the year, that'd be amazing, but I don't want to rush myself too much, so if it does end up being like the beginning of 2026, that's okay too. I just want my book to be in the best place that it possibly can to query by the end of the year. So I'd say my writing goals for the year are doing pretty well, can't complain. So let's go on to the next question. All right, number 2 is, if not already covered, what are you currently working on, and how much writing have you done so far this year? I'm currently working on my hunting memoir, like I mentioned, and I'm on draft 3. I'm on chapter 11. I will work on that actually tonight a little bit before dinner and resetting for the evening and getting up early tomorrow to try out Charlie's writing routine. If that is already posted, I will link it. But yes, I'm trying out her routine tomorrow. But backtracking, I am on chapter 11 of draft 3, and as well with that, I have done 5 blog posts for my blog that I launched back in June. So I feel like my writing's been doing pretty well so far. I've gotten through draft 2, part way through draft 3, and I've drafted and posted 5 blog posts. So that was awesome. That is where I am for the year writing wise. So let's go to the next one. Have you reached any milestones so far this year? And that can be a word count, stages in a project, or other events in the life of a writer. And for me, it's to go back with that blog. I actually launched my own blog. It's not super famous or anything because it just started out and I have very low views. That first post did really good, and it's kind of just gone since then, but it's just a goal that I've had for a long time. And I actually tried to make a blog and even did the about me and posted it back in college, but I didn't have the time or the writing experience to do so. So that failed miserably. It was amazing to be able to do that this year and to not keep procrastinating and saying like I'm gonna draft all of these posts before I start it, but then never actually start it. So I pulled the trigger on that, and I'm very happy that I did so. It's been making me exercise my writing in a different way. I'm still trying to find that voice within my blog post, but I'm having fun while doing it. So that was a big milestone for me, as well as finishing draft 2 and then starting draft 3. So hopefully by the end of the year we start querying, but if not, then just getting through some more drafts and more blog posts would be amazing. The next question, shall we? All right, question number 4/prompt is, what does your writing routine currently look like? If you have one, has it changed since the beginning of the year or the year before? Are you happy with it? If not, how would you want it to look like? So my writing routine has completely changed since the beginning of this year. I was working 5/8 and now I work 4/10s, so that has completely like moved around my free time for being able to write. The last couple weeks that I was wrapping up draft 2, I had that schedule change and I was already kind of in the routine of writing before work and after work. I just didn't have as much time to do so, and I had a lot more pauses before and after work and was spending more time on the weekends. But at the beginning of the year, I was writing before work, after work, and on the weekends. So there were still some days that I missed, and there was times where I'd do really good for 2 weeks, like constantly, consistently writing, and then burnt out for like a week and didn't do anything but binge read. So that wasn't the best, but I was still being consistent. Now that I'm in draft 3 and on the 4/10s completely, my writing routine looks more like me writing Friday evenings, all day Saturday, and part of Sunday, usually till Sunday afternoon, and then I do all my shopping and whatever else I need to do to reset for the week. And Friday is usually my admin days, so like this morning I posted my YouTube video, I did a blog post, did some cleaning and reset obviously, and then Saturdays I usually write all day. But last weekend I was camping all weekend. I told myself I was gonna write, but I didn't, and so I think that's the one thing that sucks about only writing on the weekends, is if you have stuff going on, you don't get anything done. Going into week 6 of this draft, and I've blown through half of it already, and then I didn't do anything last weekend. But the weekend before that I got 3 chapters done, and I'm hoping to get 3 chapters done this weekend to make up for not doing any last weekend. So it's kind of hit or miss. My writing routine's not perfect. If anything, I'd like to be able to write more during the week, but during the week I've been editing YouTube videos before and after work because it's a little bit more mindless and easier to do during the week. And for me, I feel like I need hours to get in the zone and to really finish up a chapter chapter because I just want to sit there and finish the chapter. I don't want to do bits and pieces here and there. So I think that's like a me thing. But yes, I wouldn't mind if it was changed a little bit. I would like to spend more time writing, but there's only so many hours in a day, so that's kind of hard. But that's where I'm at, so can't change that at this moment. Let's just move on to the next question. Have you encountered any good writing resources? And for me, I just don't reach for them anymore. I'm at a point in my writing that I'm pretty confident where I am, where I'm revising and stuff. I'm sure when I start line editing and copy editing and any of that additional things and more publishing stuff, I'll do some more research. But at the moment, I'm comfortable where I am. I more reach for videos where people are in the same place as me. So I like watching fellow author tubers who are in the revision trenches with me, or even just drafting. I just like watching fellow writers and feeling like I have company in this crazy ride that is writing a book, and you know, going through the journey of all the highs and lows of writing a book. I have other people I can look to see what they're doing and to connect with others on AuthorTube and through Discord and stuff. So I think for me, my resources are just fellow writers at this point. But I have the Emotional Thesaurus. I have several other nonfiction books up there that I am planning on reading in between drafts. So I have resources, I just don't have any good ones to really recommend. I think it's just good to find what works for you in the moment. Like when I was drafting, I was watching videos about writing tips and stuff. I think it's just finding things that relate to where you are in your writing, your revising, your drafting, whatever. So yeah, that is that. Next question. If you write with a playlist, what are your current go-to songs to get into the writing mood? So I do have a playlist. I do change it up sometimes, but my go-to one is Divorced Dad Rock Bangers. I can put that here, but I just love listening to like Nickelback, Creed, AC/DC, Papa Roach, just stuff like that really gets me in the mental space, because first of all, it is banging rock music to jam out to, and I like to dance to it. You can see it in my previous vlogs, but it's also the kind of music I was listening to when I was hunting with my dad, driving around the back roads of Idaho chasing bears. So it's like twofold for me. It works to get me into the perfect writing space / mind, whatever you want to call it. So yes, I do have a writing playlist, and hopefully I linked it up here. Next question is toughest moments relating to your writings this year so far. And for me, that tough spot was getting beta reader feedback. And I think the biggest thing was I started looking at it before it was finished, first of all. Second of all, I was doing something else and wasn't mentally prepared for it. And so when I first looked at it, it like really hurt my feelings, and I like kind of teared up a little. And then I took a step back, took a couple days, and then finally looked at it again and read through it. And then I realized what needed to be done in the draft to fix it, and what needed to be replotted and all this stuff to fix what was said in the feedback. I loved all the feedback once I was like in the proper space to read it, but that first like hit of reading those comments was like, I don't want to write anymore. But I took a step back, came back to it. So that was pretty tough for me, but also it was needed. It was very necessary, and I'm glad it had happened, and I hope that it happens again for the better in other parts of my book if it needs to. So yes, that was the toughest part of this year. And I think the next question is basically the opposite. Yes, so the next one is best memory related to writing so far this year. For me, it was finishing draft 2. Like draft 1 took me almost 2 years to finish, and then draft 2 was about 6 to 8 months, somewhere in there. I'm not quite sure. I picked it up and then had to stop because I had somebody visiting for a month, so I like took all of that November off and then restarted and then finished in March. So it's kind of hit or miss exactly what it was, but I finished it, you know, within 6 to 8 months, way better than 2 years. So that was like amazing to be like, I did this and I did it in a decent pace. And then I think right next to it, it was reading back that draft and realizing my writing was turning into a story. Like there was actual story elements, and it sounded good and it felt really good. I think that's why it was so hard to hear the beta reader feedback. So I was riding that high of draft 2 read through. I'm like, this sounds like a story. It's amazing. There's only so many little things I need to do. And then I read that feedback and I was like, oh, no, I need to do a lot here. But I still loved finishing draft 2. That was one of my favorite moments, and then reading it back. So yes, kind of catch-22 with that, but that's my best, and then the worst was right before this, obviously. Let's see what the next question is. Okay, the second to last question is something important that you've learned or advice for your future self. Can be very practical about the craft or more broadly about your own practice. So I have a couple things. First of all, things take time. Instant gratification does not work in writing. You have to take the time to get things done. It doesn't just happen, you know, at a snap. It takes time. Even if you want to be published, you want to be paid for your writing, it takes time, it takes work, and it takes practice. So I think that was one hard thing I had to take into consideration, especially after taking 2 years to finish draft 1. So I think that was one of the main things I learned. Another was that writing is revising. As much as I hate revising, I don't quite hate it as much anymore, but writing is revising. You have to fix what you wrote. You have to thread through the story elements, fix prose level stuff, fix all the line editing. You just have to tweak it and tweak it and tweak it until it eventually sounds better. And as much as it hurts to do, it's what happens. I think it's just important to remember that writing is revising, not just drafting. So yes, that was the second thing. And then the other thing that I learned is that you're not failing if you miss a day, a week, or a month. If you need to take a break, take a break. If you're mentally not able to sit and write at your desk or at the couch or in your bed, take the time away, take what you need, fill your creative well, go and read, go and adventure somewhere, go on vacation, sleep extra, get some crafts done, sew, crochet, do whatever you need to step away and fill yourself up so that you're not dragging your book down when you're writing or revising at a bad mental state. Nothing's gonna happen. It's just gonna push your time frame out, and that's okay. We are not in a race. We are just chugging along, making progress as we go. You don't have to publish by a certain time in your life. You can do it whenever you want, whether it's a teenager in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, 50s, 80s, whatever. You can do it on your own time frame. So writing is not going to happen every day, and that's okay. So yes, that was the last thing. Got a little deep there, but that was the 3 kind of big takes that I took within this last year, just since I started writing my book. But let's go on to the last question now. Number 10. What would you like to accomplish with your writing during the second half of the year? For me, I just want to get through the next few drafts, make some good progress, and get query ready. And then on top of that, I also just want to get more comfortable with writing blog posts and finding that voice for my blog, whether it's my hunting stories, paddleboarding, camping, or fishing. I don't think I really mentioned the name or anything about my blog. I started my blog, Araya's Outdoor Adventures, and I have blog posts about hunting, camping, fishing, and paddleboarding. Currently, there's only hunting on there, and I'm gonna actually start working on the paddleboarding next, but I'm still trying to find that voice of where I want to take these blog posts, you know, the different theme elements that I want to highlight, if I am doing tips and tricks, you know, those sorts of things. I'm just trying to find what works best for me. So I just want to be more comfortable and more consistent about that sort of thing by the end of the year as well, on top of finishing draft 3, hopefully 4, 5 if necessary, and querying. But yeah, that is kind of my writing goals and plans for the rest of the year. I'm going to write those down in my new planner, do some journaling, and then check back in maybe after I'm done, or just show you some pans of my plans for the rest of the year. I think the last thing for the mid-year Freakout tag writing edition thing is to tag other fellow authortubers so that they can do the challenge as well. And I'm going to tag JM Hollis and Evelyn. But yes, those are the 2 that I tag. I hope they have fun doing this challenge as well, even though it's a little late in the year to do it. It's not quite mid-year anymore, but it is only August, so we still have plenty of months left of 2025. They don't have to do the full reset or anything. I just needed to do it. And just having a camera kept me accountable while I cleaned my house. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have cleaned my closet today, and I probably wouldn't be doing all this planning. So I'm going to do some planning, going to do some journaling, feel a little bit better about myself. My house feels way better, and then I'm going to feel better about my year by doing some extra planning. And if this is the last time I'm seeing you, thank you for sticking to the end of this video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please feel free to leave this emoji below in the comments. If you have any questions, also feel free to leave them below, and I will see you guys next week.
But you like to drink cheap. Should've known the first moment you're out of my league. But you said you liked me. Oh, I bet it was a right thing running